going on, gang? Coming back with y'all with another video. Man, it feels good out here. It is 64 degrees out here in Indianapolis. Oh, go ahead and put my seatbelt on real quick. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a little special, man. Heading to my man Travis' house. OG Maverick, you know, pretty known around the city. Go ahead and we're gonna do a little quick review of his car. Hopefully he let me see that key fob. But yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all up when we get back to there. Get a little GoPro action here in a bit. Yeah, man, like I said, man, heading to my man's Travis' house, man. Got a little, trying to get a little review today. Yeah, he has a FA green cat, man, and coincidentally or not, I didn't wear this jacket, you know, just because of the video. I actually like this jacket. I just got it not too long ago, but yeah, man, I love that car. Green being my favorite color, and of course, it's a Hellcat. My choice, but that green, man, it looks so good. Still getting used to this whole POV thing, man. I don't use this camera as much as I like to, but it feels so weird. But I'm pretty sure, I think I got the angle down right. Good thing about GoPro, they let you get the app on your phone, so you're able to look. Even though this camera's sitting on my head, I'm still able to look and see with, you know, my field of view, my point of view from this camera there. So it's not a bad option there. Almost for certain. My mans don't want everybody to know where he lives, so I'm going ahead and cut this off, and I'm gonna hit y'all back once we get back to the car. Not much. There we go. Alright, I got OG right here with me, with the cat here.
What's up, family? How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Living. So yeah, man, we're gonna get a quick review of this car, man. So pretty much, I guess just tell me about it, really.
Basics. You know, it's a F8 green, orange brake, sepia interior, which sepia means basketball interior, basically. 2018. Bought it new. Ordered it, spec'd it out like you see it. It's a one-of-one car without any modifications, and it's my fourth child. Look at it like that.
So what pretty much makes a one-to-one?
Well, what I did was I took every option that I did not like, and I deleted that option from the normal option buy list. So if you go search for used F8 green cars, 90% of the time you're gonna find cars with stripes, carbon fiber stripes. You're gonna find cars with red brakes. You're gonna find cars with black interior. My car is a one-of-one simply because I picked everything how it is, and nobody else picked what I chose to have in my car. So it's basically spec'd out. It's the only one built exactly like this in 2018. Now it could be another one built in 19 and another one built in 20, you know, exactly like it, but for 18, this is a one-of-one. It's the only one you're gonna see like that.
Gotcha. What made you pick F8?
Bro, it was a guess. and I know your viewers, and they're gonna be like, I guess. It was a 60 for what I got it for, but it was basically a $75,000 guess. I'd never seen the color in person. I'd seen the interior before, so I was okay with the interior. I'd never seen the brakes in person, so I didn't know if it was gonna be traffic cone orange or Michelangelo Ninja Turtle orange. So, you know, I guessed. I saw a picture on shout out to Mark Trusto over at FCA. He had a picture of a F8 green Challenger, and they took pictures up above it through some trees, light shining on it, and it kind of turned like this goldish color. And I said, yep, that's it. When I was ready, we went and sat down and did all the paperwork and got everything got a couple buddies in the pipeline up at Brampton where these cars are put together at, which is Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
And I, told him make sure that you put this one through his paces before you put it on the truck, because I don't want no problems with it.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened, usually you wait 8 to 10 weeks for a car. Since you know who you know, and I know who I know, I got mine at 4.5.
Shit.
So yeah, when I got it here, first couple things I did, PPF film on the front, whole nose is covered, just the bumper, headlights. I added all the carbon after the fact. All of that is either recent or like probably first couple weeks of me getting the car. I felt like carbon was a good accent to the orange. It's not one of those things where it stands out a whole lot, but once you catch it in all the places that I put it, it's like, wow, okay.
Gotcha. So you had the Scat when we first met from years back. What made you make the jump?
Really, the money. The money is what made the difference. I kind of had some trouble with the Scat. I had to put a long block in it, and once I put the long block in it and got it back from the dealer, I got to just, crunching numbers, and I'm like, if I boost this thing, rods and pistons, that money, send it to who I'm gonna send it to, it's gonna cost me just about what it would cost me to buy a Cat. So I'm thinking to myself, what's the difference? Do I, pay for a couple years? Do I pay a little more for the car, turn around, refinance it, and get it down to where I was used to with the Scat? Or do I boost the Scat and then I got to put a trans in it if we destroy that, making too much power, rear end after that, because at that point in time nobody made any diff braces or anything for these cars. So it was just what the factory would replace and what your warranty would cover. So it was probably like a $6,500 to $7,000 difference. And I was like, we're gonna get rid of the blue. R.I.P. Apollo, my dog. But we went and got Battle Cat, and the rest is pretty much history.
Man, yeah, and I like that blue, man. That was my favorite. That's my favorite color. I think if they made it for 20, I probably would have tried to get it. I won't give away all my secrets because they listening, but looking around, I've been pricing stuff out, and I've been thinking, I've been, talking to Blake a lot, I've been talking to Miguel, been watching a lot of YouTube, and I'm just thinking, is it really worth it? I mean, because you think, like you said, rods, because you do the whole top and bottom end, and then you boost it however you want to pro charge it, or supercharger, you put a Hellcat blower on. There's a lot of different options, but
you're stuck within a power range.
Yeah,
you're stuck between 620 and I think 660, 670, and that's pushing it maybe on 8 pounds. Like 8 pounds is like beginning of the danger zone.
Yeah, and
392
and what I was looking to do, I wanted to just leave it at 6.5 or 7. But I feel if you spend $7,000-8,000, I mean that's probably the most my money can get. But it's like you said, it's only a matter of time before the ship.
Yeah, it's gonna pop. They're gonna pop. Number 8 is gonna be like, hey, I'm done fighting, dog.
So why is it that? I mean, have any insight why? Because from my understanding, I think they say the rings sit a little bit higher on a 6.4 than 5.7.
So your basic architecture, if I'm correct, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, a 5.7 and a 6.4 are basically the same block. A 6.4 is a 5.7 that's been punched out. 6.2, same thought process. It's basically how people look. I mean, how everything is in the LS world.
Okay.
So as you make the pistons bigger, you have to move the rings closer together to keep the seal. So they're so close together, and they don't like playing at high RPM, and that's where you make power at, is in the upper for RPM range, and they start to collapse, or you get a valve seat that drops because you float a valve. In 6.4s, the valves are hollow; they're not solid, so you get to moving it up or down a whole lot, and it'll just wrinkle itself up. So if you want to keep the car, like if you have a thought process, this is my forever car, find a 6.4, turn it into a 426 or 411 on a stand, boost what you got, wait to do so. Just go with your own pace, man.
Yeah. And for a while, you know, even though I've been looking at stuff, I think ultimately what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it stock for about a year, and I'm gonna play with it stock. I'm gonna see what I can get without touching it, and then slowly start piecing, you know, small little things together, and just going from there. Because I mean, not saying it's easy to jump in a Hellcat and then, you know, run 10s. No, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Maybe. I mean, you got the power. It's higher.
No, the tire is really, you're really a tire away. 17 by 9.5 on a 305 Mickey will pretty much get you there with some practice. You can get there. You can 1080, 1090, depending on what platform you get. It might take you a little more, or a few more mods in a Charger, because they weigh a little more. But
yeah,
you know, if you jump ship and go to a coupe, it's not that hard.
And that's one thing I've been looking at, you know, as far as like my search for like rims and tires. So do you gain anything by running a 17 by 11, 18 by 10 versus
physics starts to come into play. Like this is that shit in grade school and high school. They told you, I'll never use this. But you start using it when you get into stuff like this. You start getting an unspun weight, unnecessary, just weight reduction in itself. Like your stock 20 by, you know, if you put a 20 by 9.5, you got a 20 by 9.5, or you put a 20 by 11.5 or 11 on it. That tire is going to weigh more than that other package put together. And if you take weight off of a corner, it makes the car inherently quicker. It takes less force to move something that weighs 60 pounds than versus something that weighs 100 pounds. And that's just a quick number to try to get you to understand exactly what that means. And at some point you get to the point where the power to weight ratio really doesn't matter, because you make just retarded power, which this thing's getting close to retarded power. But just having the simple things taken out, like you cut the seats out, you take the seats out, the front seat weighs almost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Rear seats I think are like 46 together. So if you chop 100 pounds off, that's a tenth of a second. Every 100 pounds you cut out of a car, that's a tenth of a second, or nearly a tenth of a second. So it all depends on what you want to do and how fast you want to get there, how serious you are about it. I still have days where I wish I still had a scat, so I could go where I could go back and just go out in the country. And curvy roads, because this thing makes way too much power, and it does not like to go side to side with all that power. And if you turn it down to quote unquote 500 mode, and you make more than the stock power, it just doesn't feel the same. So it's a gift and a curse. Power is a gift and a curse, all in the same thought process.
That's very true. That makes a lot of sense. The 612. What's the significance in this number? Because like I said, since I've known you, I've been seeing this number. I've never asked. So
it's that's my birthday.
Okay.
June 12th. So it just makes it easy to have a number on the car that I'm used to. I put it on there as a sticker because I got tired of the chalk paint getting all over everything when I washed it. So I was like, I'm just gonna put a damn sticker on it, and we're gonna go from there.
That makes sense. I know a lot of people gonna see this and be like, damn man, he got these bumper guards on here, but
I did what I was supposed to. Behind it there is The whole bumper is covered in PPF film, and then there is a thin layer of foam, anti-squeak foam, behind those, and the bumper guards are covered in PPF, so it ain't rubbing the paint.
Yeah,
and see, no, I'm not taking them off.
You do it there. I left mine in the trunk. I'm glad they took them off because that was a long ride back from Chicago. But they took them off, and I was like, they were gonna throw them away, and I was like, nah, give me those because I'm gonna paint them. And the look on their face was like, what? Why would you do that? But I wanna put them back on. Man. Yeah, this is a nice car, and it was crazy. I told them earlier as I was doing my video, I'm like, I didn't wear the jacket for the video. I just wanted to wear the jacket because I just got it. I really like it. The whole EPA thing. What do you think? You know, for car guys, you know, enthusiasts or just average, that want to mod their car. What do you think that future looks like for us?
Bleak.
Cause that is, I mean, what cop is gonna drive by and know you have a cat delete?
If he's a car nut, he'll be able to smell it.
Yeah.
If he's not a car nut, he's gonna be able to hear it and just think your car's extra loud, so that gives him probable cause to look at you.
Absolutely.
The whole EPA thing is, it was an inevitable thought process to some extent. But if you break it down to its simplicity, it's better for the environment if they pass it and everything happens and it is concrete for 5, 6 years, 7 years. That might put 50, 60 years back on the planet's ozone layer. It's something like that. But as a car guy, as an older car guy, I'm not old, but I feel it some days. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be able to buy something like a stock Hellcat, like a 392, something that makes a shit ton of power and runs on pump gas. Now, if they made every car run on E85, which is a highly renewable resource, stuff would make a lot more power.
Yeah.
The environment would be, a tad bit cleaner from any aspect you look at it. And everywhere smell like French fries instead of smelling like diesel fuel or goofy shit like that. But
I've been thinking, because I got 2 little ones, and 6 and 7. But I'm like, it's going to be a lot of power on the road when they start driving.
It's going to be a lot of used power on the road.
You think about, the SRT in Burns, you just did his car. That car was 40,000 at a point, 45 probably.
Yeah.
Now you can get a good one for 10 to 12. So imagine 2014 Super B, 10 to 12, and that thing is 475.
You gotta you gotta teach these kids. Send them to driver's ed, please. Don't try to self-teach them or let them learn on video games like we did when we was kids.
Cruising USA.
Yeah, man. Gran Turismo, the first one on P1, it don't work. It just don't work out. You gotta teach them to respect the power.
Yeah, because when I got this and I cracked 501, I was out. I was out that weekend. I threw it in sport, and we was right by Brookville Road, and I was turning. We were going down to Greenwood. Like everyone else, for whatever reason, I gave it too much gas. I remember you always say, car wants to correct itself, take your foot off the gas. But I didn't do it initially, and I drifted all the way around that bank, and I slid, turned the other way, came back around. Somebody was like, I didn't know you know how to drift. I was like,
I don't.
Yeah. Like, all right, let me, and the bank was right there. It was right there. I was like, I don't want to be on Any Car Goes on Instagram and my car is there, and then Porn and Chill is selling my pieces. Scat rebuilt title, 502 miles on it, and I those 245 should be illegal.
Dodge, listen to me. 275s on everything that makes over 300 horsepower. Please, you're trying to kill people.
And I feel for the natural consumer they may be enough. But even then, they don't want to have fun.
Once you get used to the car and you start pushing the limits of what you were used to before, that's nowhere near enough tire for 450 horsepower.
No.
It's not. It's, you know, I know you get parasitic loss between the drivetrain and all that. Car comes with 485. 440 to 450, that's not enough tire, especially an all-season tire.
Yeah.
If you're going to put all season on it, at least give people 275s. You know, the Hellcats should have came with 305s.
Yeah, stock.
They should have been 20 by 10 wheels, staggered, and, you know, with a 305 on it, just so people don't, you know. But, you know, you never know what the thought process is. You know, how much cost is to put one of these cars together, the R&D, all of that. Like, we got to make as many as we can for as cheaply as we can, so we can get as much profit back as we can.
Absolutely. You know, I've driven that car in track maybe literally probably 4 times. I don't drive it that often.
900 plus. Can't give you all the secrets of the sauce.
Oh, no.
Can't give you an exact number, but it's 900 plus, and, you know, depending on the weather, it might be 950 plus. Just depending.
Has this car ever scared you?
Yes. It actually scared me a few times. When I first got it, and it was past 600 miles, everything was working, everything was on. You know, I could do everything with it. I set the launch control and let the car loose, and it scared the absolute shit out of me. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that again until I figure out how to do it, like, you know, how to actually drive the car like that. The first time I modded the car, we went 272 upper, no blower work at all, and it was on pump gas, and it made 800 plus, and I'm like, holy hell. You know, this thing's rolling. And then the third time it scared me was when I did the lower and we put it on corn. The torque is just ridiculous. It's pretty close to pulling the wheels, pulling the 20s off the ground now. If I put a skinny package up front, it more than likely will pull the wheels, you know, maybe an inch and a half. But I really didn't do too much, you know, to it. It's got a taser. I got everything normal people did. I went crazy with the carbon fiber, spoiler, diffuser, you know, side planes on the rear bumper guards, mirror caps. The guy wouldn't make me one for my shark fin, so I was like, you know, I can't put one there. I thought the door handle ones would be cheesy, so I didn't do those.
Yeah.
It's got Z01 add-on splash guards, which I gotta reattach that. I knocked it off while I was washing the car earlier. And American Brothers badges, the two-tone. Well, look who we got here. Mr. Certain stole his car back again.
Mr. Certain.
But yeah, be somewhere where there's nobody around if you turn all the nannies off, which means turn the stability management off and all of that. It's a completely different feel.
It was a donut on demand.
Yeah, absolutely donut on demand. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unintentionally. Oh, man.
So, appreciate you stopping by, sir. I always got friends and car people here all the time. If the garage is open, y'all can pull up on me. Normally I got plenty beer. Sit down and chit chat, chop it up. I'm not one of those asshole Hellcat drivers, regardless of what anybody says.
You know, for my birthday, you know, since COVID was kind of, you know, down, you should let me see the keys, you know. I'll just go up and down here. That's enough. That's enough.
All right, I'll let you loose in it in 500 mode. That way you don't hurt yourself too bad.
Oh no, I don't want to pay for it, so you'll be having that in payment, so I don't want to pay for it. So
I can completely understand. Oh man.